엔지니어링 제3권. 아까 갔던 데인데 제2권부터 먹자. 아, 저 아까 한 건 뭐 실수로 클릭을 안 했나?
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never... So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer. Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down.
설득을 하죠.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren
시체를
soil?
비료로 사용해서 한다고 했죠. 제가 여기서
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand? If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide... If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
양보를 하죠.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other... No such thing as an honorable resignation. I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague. I have always tried to do right by might.
양보를 했어요. 저 엔지니어링이 2권이 여기 있는데 바로 머리 위에 있네. 아, 여기 있나 보다. 오. 아,
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
아까 한 권을 제대로 안 챙겼나봐요. 골치 아프게 됐네. 가서 마저 챙기죠. 아. 저 밑에 있네요. 3번 더 내려가야 되네.
Get away! Get away!
더 내려가야 되나 본데?
Not real. You're not real.
저기 있네.
Not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. You can talk? The Phantom's never... See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your... Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stand... Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board. I've come a long way for someone who started off. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they... You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their... Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
상권 찾았죠. 이제 돌아가서 전부 다 설득하죠. 여기서 이동이 안 되나? 안 되네. 나가야 되네. 나가죠 여기서. 나가고 식물연구소 이동. 이제 세 권 다 찾은 거 주죠.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
다 찾았죠.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes. In fact, well, don't keep me in... Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Well, don't keep me... The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! That's a complete set. All 3 parts. Aside from you, Miss Parvati, I swear.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I've... What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace...
You weren't incompetent. You just...
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this...
이제 얘기해야죠. 설득했다고.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater.
여기는 이제 다 정리가 됐네요. 됐고 이제 내 우주선으로 돌아가면 되는데 목사에게 돌아가기 이거 해야죠. 목사가 아까 찾아달라고 한 책. 목사님 교회가 저기 있죠.
Had your rations yet?
오케이. 목사님.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlight. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter? I am somewhat taken aback by that. From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for? Yes, of course. My reaction was... I'd need to give it careful consideration before answering. If it does improve... Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. Only to the feelings of the living. The dead are no more concerned with their corpses than a snake is with the skin it shed. The greater good is to tend to the needs of the living. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French! Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to... Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought. The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal. Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their neck. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be
목사도
happy to
동료로
watch you back.
받아들일게요.
Oh. Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
목사도 들어왔고 맥스 목사 좀 보죠. 특전 찍어야 되니까 피통 찍고 다음에 저도 특전 하나 찍어야죠. 뭘 찍어야 되나? 목사님의 무기가 100. 일단 내 무기가 빼고 됐죠. 그러면 이제 우주선으로 갑시다. 우주선.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen, I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get... Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do... Yes! I mean, thanks. Captain,
무조건 데리고 가죠.
Captain, I have detected. What? Do you know how to install a
이제
power
설치하죠.
regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event. Our engine room is located behind you.
뒤로 가서 설치. 작업대가 있네. 수리 좀 할까요? 설치 완료. 가자.
What can I do for you, Captain? Our
설치했어.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
자, 이제 할 일 다 했으니까 떠납니다. 여기서 나오지만 다른 사람의 아이템을 입수하는 건 무조건 범죄로 되고요. 사람이 안 본다고 해서 이제 주워봤자 줍자마자 바로 사람이 달려옵니다. 거짓말로 벗어날 수 있긴 한데 한계가 있어요.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experience... What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help... You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the... Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and
미사일을
power,
믿지 마라.
but it's a lie.
Transmission ended. If you are
홀로그램 망토. 제한구역에 맞는 신분증을 제공해 당신과 동료들이 해당 구역에 접근할 수 있도록 변장을 투사합니다. 해당 구역에 들어가려면 이 망토만 있으면 아무 소용이 없어요. 근데 그 아이디 카드가 같이 있어야지 이 홀로그램 망토가 작동을 합니다. 아이디 카드 찾기가 상당히 어려워요. 이제 이동하죠. 그라운드 브레이커로.
the groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
그래서 영상 한번 끊고 가겠습니다.